Hey guys, how's it going? So, another week, another mobile suit. So, real quick though, last week I didn't do the update video on Wednesday with all the Halloween stuff and everything. By the time I got to it, I needed some sleep. And plus, then I started working on this thing behind me because I got the chair pretty much put together because they sent me the screws. So, anyway, the new suit last week was the Mark II Cubolate. Quick thoughts on it. It is pretty much a Cubolate. And then it has the downswing three-prong beam saber that just chunks. So it is crazy. The funnels, the follow funnels, stagger faster. The side funnels do a little bit more damage, but only shoot twice. So it does have a bit more burst for taking out supports. And it is very scary playing the MLRS against it. So yeah. It is kind of terrifying. So hopefully you've gotten one. I sadly did not get it. And yeah, so there's that. Again, I'll cover the buffs here later. But everything was pretty much covered in the special update video. I don't think there was anything too new. If so, I'll probably add a little clip right here. Okay, so anyway, looking at the new suit, we have the Dijeh SE-R. I actually have no clue what the SE-R stands for. But it's the SE-R. And it looks crazy with how many skills it has. You can find a screenshot to look at the skills. Yeah, it is insane how many skills it has. It's kind of crazy. So let's take a look at the video here. Come on. So we have a lot. It's kind of smaller feeling than the actual Dijeh, but it does have those shoulder buffers there. It has the back buffer. It has, I mean, it has all the buffers, but it seems to like really be more compact. It has that really good downswing. Hang on, let's go. Can we go? Oh, there we go. Oh, well, that's not what I wanted. Come on. Okay, there we go. So it's got the Hyakushiki beam. It's got the bazooka. I don't know if that's two different main weapons. And down back there on his back, it's got the GM2 rifle for that extra stagger as a sub weapon. So I don't know if you can have the Shroud bazooka and the Hyakushiki rifle, but it looks like it has everything the Dijeh has, and then it has the GM2 rifle. So if that's more insta staggers, that is kind of insane. Now here's the thing. The downside of the suit, it has no dodge roll. Why though? Because it has overboost. Now there's actually a problem right now with overboost not working with the flight control program when you're boosting in the air. I'm really curious to see people boosting and trying to actually fly around. I don't know if it's going to actually work on any level, but hey, it could be cool. So, moving on, we have the normal suit. GBO2. I think is that Amuro's one again? Or anyway, I don't know which one that is. But either way. Here's the other big deal, and this is the banner that I did a 10 spin on. Sadly not getting it, but the Mudrock. We got the level 3 and level 4, and there is a banner for it. So here we go. Yeah, that's just really nice. They got all the weapons in for them too. 550, 600. Let's go. It's a powerhouse of a suit at 450. It is definitely still meta at 500, and I can see it doing work still at 550 and 600. Now the thing is, the one downside with it is it once you get to 550 and 600, you're dealing with the MLRS as a potential candidate. But one reason why the MLRS is so good is it has a shield. Well, here we go. We have a shield, and we have the explosive reactive, which is what really makes the Mudrock just that much better. And the damage output's there, so it'll do just fine. Really curious to see how the complex expansion assault level 2 works with level 4. Really hoping I get one, but we'll see. Moving on. So we talked about that. Here we go. Premium suits. We're going to talk about that before we get into the ticket shop. This next coming month is going to be the full custom in the first period. Oh yeah, that's right. They still show the other ones. There's the full custom in the first period, Hyakushiki in the second period, and a quell in the third period, meaning if you play enough, you can get the quell for free, because luckily I've gotten the platinum medal every time without spending a dime each month. Now that does mean probably, I haven't actually done the math and figured out all the missions that you can complete, but it probably does mean you have to spend some of your tokens every month. Now, I can't remember if I spent any tokens the month that I got it when there was like 3 days left, or if I just wasn't playing much. One of those. Okay, I brought up what? I see the cookies thing there. Let's see. Do we have anything else new? Oh wait, is this everything? What in the world? Okay, that's weird. I don't know why it brought that up, because I thought. Oh. That's what I clicked on. Okay, I did mess up. My bad. But we'll take a look through it and see what we got. But anyway, next, ticket shop, TSZaku level 3, and Goof test type level 1. TSZaku level 3 isn't too bad, but I feel like it kind of starts falling off at that point. I believe that's 450. There's definitely better suits in my opinion, but I love that new buff that they did to the TSZaku machine gun, so I'll definitely try it. Good flight test type. It has a lot of barrage potential. It is, in my opinion, one of the better suits. Now, the thing is, they just had this in the premium stuff, so hopefully you got it. I believe that was the third one, so everybody should have a way to get it. But if you didn't, it's in the ticket shop now. It is definitely top tier at 350, and recommend spending your tickets on that. The BB is in the DP store. Now, apparently it's the same cost and everything as the GP01. So, I like it. I'm a big fan. But I also am a fan of that shield and the playstyle that I can do around it, being kind of tanky and a big target. Since I'm a raid, people target me. Thing is, you got a giant shield to protect yourself. So, if you can make use of that shield, you can definitely tank a lot of hits. And with the downswing being so wide and the shield bumping people and knocking them down, you can definitely cause a lot of disturbance in an enemy team and more distract and disrupt than just straight up assassinate a support. So, that's kind of how I play it. But anyway, let's go ahead and look at the clan stuff. Well, actually, here, let's go through this real quick, see what we see new, if we see anything extra that was not mentioned. I don't think there was any shadow stuff. Now, oh, in the DP store, they did put the Recon Zaku level 1 and 2. So be sure to buy those if you haven't. They're fun to play. Now, are they the most meta suits? Probably not, but they are a ton of fun. Okay. And that's what they took out, if you want to look there. Actually, oh man, Gundam level 4 is out. I actually kind of want to get the level 5, just saying. Anyway, clan matches. So, we don't have one this week. Next one comes on the 7th. That is Saturday. So, wait. What? Am I misreading this? Am I being dumb here? Is it not showing right? Oh, no, never mind. It's up at the top. Okay, there we go. On the 7th, and it's starting 5... Wait. Oh, okay. These aren't showing right, are they? Yeah, 10:23, 11, 7. There we go. Wait, it does say 4 a.m. What? Well, I guess that one's an early one then. I feel like that's a typo. I thought the 7th was... Okay, well, here's the good thing. We got the game. Oh, man. Let's see what we got going on here. Oh yeah, I forgot they changed the music to be this. That's kind of funny. Let's see. The next one coming up is... Oh, I guess it is at 4. Okay, well then when's the late night one? I guess it is that, the 14th. Okay, so the 14th is the next late night one. 4v4, 600. Simple. Deserted. Or derelict. Oh yeah, that's right, it's space. That's why I complained on the podcast about it. So, basic 500, 6v6, Ruined City, next week. Well, yeah, next week on the 7th, Saturday, 4 a.m. because daylight savings hits. So yeah, that'll be fun. That's 4 a.m. Pacific, by the way. Now, I am going to go into the buffs from last week and talk about those. So if this is where you're going to dip out, like, comment, subscribe, all that. Thanks for watching so far. But anyway, for everybody else, let's go ahead and jump in the buffs and stuff. Also, usual links in the description, that kind of spiel. But yeah, so here we go. Real quick, some winners from last time. They do have this up, so last week's notes, you can look for this, and they actually show what happened based on the buffs that they did prior. In my opinion, Desert is amazing now. I love it. Really good. Gaza C still needs work. Just saying. Zogok, it was already good. Didn't really need anything. BST, that's OP now. That is just dumb how much they caused its beam to do damage. Agu Guy might still need a little bit more, but it's definitely a step in the right direction for a nerf. I mean, the range is just what makes it insane compared to the nerf that they did with the DS. Zagok needs more. Please buff that. Please buff it more. That was not enough. Just saying. Unit 5 BST. I mean, it was already good. Now it's crazy for how much. Well, it's not really crazy, but it's still. It definitely competes. You can definitely choose it, and even though there's a charger there, it's still definitely top tier. A little bit harder, but definitely top tier. Got a lot of wide swing that you can do. Dragu didn't really need it, just fluff. So it's solid. Definitely helped it at higher cost though. And full armor Sneveth definitely needs more. That was definitely not enough. There we go. There's my quick overview of the previous ones and the results. Now, this time, GP01 got 1,000 health. And by the way, that's in the DP store now at level 1. So there you go. 1,000 health at all levels. And they increased the resistance, which is just the damage, for the downswing, which is pretty awesome now. So it's even better. I would almost argue that it's better than the Stamen. But they did buff the Stamen. So which one is going to work out? Let's see. Stamen with the 6.7 to 6 seconds on its bazooka, which is cool, I guess. 1,000 health. More damage on the level 2 bazooka and higher. And they increased the accumulated stagger ratio to actually, I think it was like 60% now. Either way, I just remember it being significant from what Emblem was saying. We did talk about it on the podcast. And we went more in depth on these on the podcast for sure. And the Stamen Beam Rifle getting 5 shots instead of 3, because I think you had to hit all 3 to stagger before. So that's great. And also, oh yeah, that's right. You can bazooka and follow up with the... So I think it's 70% and the beam rifle is 35. Pretty sure that might be what it is. But either way, you can bazooka into beam and that should stagger somebody that has maneuver armor. Anyway, Nemo. This one's huge. Level 2 and up got... well, I mean, we just had the level 2. So 1,000 health and 7 more, so giving it 40 range damage. And the cannon, here's the insane part. Reload time, that's great. 12 seconds instead of 18. But the stagger value is like 80%, I believe. And they expanded the blast range, so now it's pretty much like using a weapons rack. So it really is the general weapons rack that we kind of wanted, I guess. Methus Heavy, it was definitely OP, needed a nerf. In my opinion, it's still solid, but I mean, I haven't really seen anything too bad from them. But you can definitely feel when it transforms, which is the next one down here, it got a hit. They doubled the heat rate. So it's not insane. You don't just pretty much get like a half health or 2/3 health no matter what you are, because it was insane where they just straight up kill a raid. So Methus, definitely a little more in line. I actually forgot today when I was seeing them that it got nerfed, but there you go. So they're definitely still solid. Cooldown time for the bazookas went from 5 seconds to 7. Now it kind of feels like a G3, I guess. Not my favorite thing with the bazooka. I just complained about that on the Stamen. And its range modifier went down by a 5, so 5% less damage on those. They also made the switching time higher for the bazookas. I think 1.5 seconds, which that's actually a kind of an... So, Gelgoog ground type VD. Yeah, they pretty much buffed it level 3 to give it 1,000 health. And they felt the arm grenade launcher on both it and the ground support version of the Gelgoog ground type needed that buff. So level 2, and higher, it gained some damage. Rate of fire went up, which it still feels like it's slow as anything. I just watched one here the other day and laughed on stream. And reduced the blurring when firing, so that's your recoil and when jumping. So firing on the move and jumping. So not too bad, but I don't know. I find it funny when they're talking about this. If you want to go read it, it's kind of funny, but I don't think buffing its grenade launcher is going to cause win rates to go up or down with this thing too much. That'll be an interesting stat to see. Raids. Zuda. They pretty much made it space specialization, which is amazing. Force injector level 2 for level 4. That's awesome. Level 3 got 5 to its thrusters and 5 to its speed. And just period got high spec and back. Which I don't understand why it didn't have that. Just saying. TSZaku system Zaku gained turn speed by 3, giving it 54. That's just a weird random number to add. Increased movement speed for moving up and down, which that's a big deal. And increased the movement speed from inertia when stopping downward movement, which that is kind of crazy because this thing already gets around really fast, and now it's going to get around even better. It might be a little awkward to learn at first because if you're already used to it, but if you haven't, it's definitely a good suit. Would recommend getting into the TSZaku Zaku. You can definitely do some work. I've seen some people really get in there and punch and stuff and yeet around. And the beams are pretty easy to use, and now they have 35% heat rate instead of 40, meaning you can pretty much get off 3 shots, I think, right in a row without overheating, so you can get a 4th. Now, I could be wrong there, but I'm pretty sure you can get off 3 in a row and then maybe even a 4th. Either way, that should add 1 shot if it couldn't already get it. So, let's see. Support one, I already talked about the ground type. So, it's cool, I guess. It's just the arm grenade. I already like it with its normal proto beam rifle. I think the instant stagger is amazing, just not having to charge. But some people like the poke better. They normally, it's because it stops, so that's the problem with that thing. Overall, though, I think it's probably one of the weaker supports, though, at its cost, so it needs a lot more than that. I mean, if you look, the win rate is definitely below average. And I don't think this is going to be the thing that fixes it. Zaku machine gun, long barrel, got a buff. This thing feels really good on the supports that can use it, which is the Zaku 1. Now, the thing is, why would you ever use it over the Magella tank top? Probably not a good reason to do that, but I like it, and it's a ton of fun to play, so it gets fun points. And they buffed the ASL on it as well, making it easier to hit things. It is pretty nice. Let's see. Which, I mean, this is also a buff to the Recon Zaku, which just got added this patch. And the Fading Rifle prototype, so this is a prototype one on the Marasai and I can't remember. Oh yeah, right here it just says the Marasai and the GM Nightseeker V. The heat rate for this rifle went from 55 to 50. Kind of cool. Overheat reduced from 15 to 12 seconds. Now it only takes 1 second to charge up, which is amazing, and reduced the heat rate when focus firing as well. I think that was 80% from 90. I think is what that was. Again, can't remember, but I know we covered it on the podcast. Increase level 2 power, 2415 to 2500. Beamgun. So here we go. The standard garbage gun that you would never want to use actually hits pretty well. I've been playing with the Armored GM at 250. I think that's pretty much the winner here if you're going to use this beam gun on anything. Everything else just kind of felt pretty meh or just bad. It'd be interesting to see if they give it to anything else, but the beam gun now has 1100 damage from 830 at all levels, and it just keeps going up. 45 heat rate, so I pretty much never overheated with this thing. Increased the speed of the bullet, so it was really easy to hit. And the hit detection went up, so it's got more area to it, which just made it even easier to hit. And yeah, it was a lot of fun. Probably not going to be game breaking, but I definitely could see people using it. Maybe even on the command, but the command has more melee, whereas the armor GM is around a little bit easier and definitely has that range modifier. Now, I never thought I'd say, guys. After that clip where the 2 Black Medeas gave me those like Grandpa Gundams. Oh man, not like this. Yeah, I never thought I'd say I want a Grandpa Gundam, but before I just said I kind of want the level 5, and this is why. This buff to the Hyper Hammer is insane. Cooldown time to 4 seconds from 5, actually making it a little bit easier to get that off multiple times. I love the side swing because they buff the damage for the left and right and downswing. It's insane how much damage this thing can do. I can pop the Dullahan's shield in 2 downswings. And actually, I popped the Dullahan's shield with a downswing and then a side swing. So, I also popped it with a downswing and a neutral as well in space. So, it's kind of crazy. Increase, by the way, that it can be shown in the game where we were doing community matches with Aoshi. He just put up a video on that. I think he put it in the Discord as well. But anyway, guys, Hyper Hammer, really good. And, yeah, pretty much the penalty that they get for dealing damage to shields, the Hyper Hammer doesn't have that, so you just decimate shields now. It's just crazy. It's insane. But, anyway, guys, that's going to be it for this one. What's this other? Oh, yeah, that's that. Like, comment, subscribe, all that. Leave a comment below of what you think about the buffs from last week, the Mark II as well, the new suit, the Mudrock coming in, or anything else. There's a lot, actually, that's been happening the past few weeks, which has been pretty exciting. Also, what do you think of the Dullahan? I kind of like it. It's kind of a mix between the Guard Custom and the G-Line Assault, I think. So, yeah, I'll probably talk about that next week a little bit. But anyway, like, comment, subscribe, all that. Usual links will be down in the description below. But anyway, guys, have a good one. Thanks for watching. Peace!